The female tiger drove her mother and sisters out of the territory. After mating with a rogue male tiger, she was forced out by him. Alone, she embarked on a journey of exile. The homeland her mother had ruled for decades was taken over by the male tiger. Now, a young Bengal tigress strides confidently, undisturbed, through the land. 6 months ago, he started hunting on his own to fill his belly, marking the most crucial step toward independence. Kachur has spotted potential prey, but his success depends entirely on precise timing. Lacking experience, he still needs practice. Once he matures, the deer will have no chance to escape. Already, Kachur outshines his two sisters. He is more independent and self-reliant. For young tigers just over 2 years old, the life of an adult cub means venturing out into the world, staking their claim to a territory, or fighting to earn the right to stay. However, this is no easy task, as a formidable opponent stands in their way: their mother, Machli. Machli, the Queen of Rajasthan, has ruled this region for 10 years. At the age of 3, she boldly claimed the throne using traditional means, overthrowing and driving out her own mother. Since then, Machli has fought tirelessly for her beloved territory in Rajasthan. Most tigers can defend their territory for 7 to 8 years, but Machli's courage and unyielding determination have extended her reign to an extraordinary 10 years. Machli has given birth to 5 litters, raising 9 cubs to adulthood. Yet, none of them have shown gratitude for their mother's throne. Now, with the arrival of a new litter, a fresh regime is poised to emerge. At 13 years old, Machli, the great Tigress Queen, is approaching the twilight of her life. Her dominance is no longer as commanding as it once was. Kachur understands this all too well. For now, Machli enjoys the remnants of her former glory, but she knows the end may come sooner than expected. Kachur, the most promising heir to the throne, is already striving to restore the prestige of their lineage. Machli taught Kachur the fundamentals of hunting, but the rest is up to him. Each day, he hones his skills, perfecting his technique. Patience is key as Kachur carefully selects his targets. Once locked in, he launches his attack, chasing tirelessly after a fawn. Finally, Kachur successfully captures the fawn, each successful hunt boosting his confidence and ambition. Among the 3 siblings, Kachur is set to establish his territory first. But he has no intention of venturing elsewhere. He aims to claim his mother's throne. This decision heralds the onset of a fierce battle. The greatest threat Machli now faces comes not from rivals, but from her own flesh and blood. The greatest threat Machli faces now, just as 10 years ago when she drove her own mother away to claim the crown, comes from her own offspring. Kachur is patiently waiting for the right moment to strike. In the meantime, he is focused on building his strength and gaining experience. Months later, Kachur is brimming with confidence. Though not yet strong enough to directly challenge his mother, he is still inexperienced. Taking on unis is no challenge for Kachur. Their sibling play often disguises his true intentions, leaving unis unsuspecting of the looming danger. With his plan underway, Kachur successfully unsettles his sister, subtly asserting dominance. Day by day, the balance of power within the family shifts. After his first victory, Kachur grows closer to claiming the crown. His relentless attacks finally take a toll. Unis realizes that staying would only bring more threats. With no choice left, she abandons her home in search of a new territory. The queen, Machli, appears unbothered, but her reign is no longer as secure as it once was. Her ambitious daughter may soon surpass her strength. As evening falls, the cunning Kachur sets his sights on the next target, advancing steadily toward his ultimate goal. As dusk falls, the cunning Kachur sets his sights on his next target, his other sister, Atara. However, Atara, already on high alert, prepares herself for the confrontation. Her unexpected counterattack thwarts Kachur's initial plan. Aware of Machli's proximity, Kachur decides against launching a direct assault. Instead, he waits patiently for the perfect moment. Eventually, Atara lets her guard down, unaware that a storm is drawing closer with every passing moment. It seems inevitable Kachur has gained the upper hand, and one of them must quietly leave. Like Unis before her, Atara chooses not to risk a deadly conflict with her brother. She is left with no option but to abandon her home. With both of his sisters gone, Kachur now stands just one step away from absolute control over this paradise. His final task is to dethrone his mother, Machli. Kachur understands that although Machli has grown old, her skills and experience remain formidable. History seems to be repeating itself. Just as Machli once ousted her own mother, Kachur now challenges her reign. At the age of 13, in the twilight of her life, Machli is forced to seek a new territory. No matter where Machli goes across the vast wilderness, her legacy as the indomitable Queen of Ranthambore remains intact. Machli must now face the relentless competition from a new wave of predators. Exiled and struggling, Machli hasn't eaten for several days. Finding sufficient food and a reliable water source is now a matter of survival. Meanwhile, Kachur appears to have solidified his reign, enjoying a period of relative peace in his newly claimed territory. However, a new threat looms nearby. As Kachur patrols his domain, he leaves his scent along the way, marking the boundaries of his kingdom. But a young and ambitious male tiger, Adias, notices these markings and is drawn by the lingering scent of a female. Adias is not only seeking a mate, but also aims to claim Kachur's entire kingdom. For Kachur, this is more than just a challenge. It's a direct threat to his rule. While Kachur remains cautious, his instinct for survival leads him to focus on immediate needs. Spying a spotted deer, he employs his signature stalking and ambush techniques. The hunt is swift, and the prey is soon secured. Now with a full stomach, Kachur can savor his victory. The large deer will provide sustenance for several days, but Kachur's reign is far from secure. His momentary respite won't last long, as new challenges are just around the corner. Adias is steadily encroaching on Kachur's territory, pushing the boundaries further with each passing day. Now, Adias has discovered Kachur's carefully hidden food stores and consumed them entirely. Whenever Kachur ventures out to hunt and leaves the lake area unguarded, Adias seizes the opportunity to explore deeper into the forest. Adias has familiarized himself with every corner of Kachur's territory, and the audacious invader is beginning to revel in the sense of power that comes with ruling another's domain. If Kachur doesn't resist soon, he risks losing his home forever. Having never faced a male tiger in direct combat, Kachur is entering unfamiliar territory. Yet, determined not to relinquish what he has fought to claim, he steels himself for the inevitable confrontation. Meanwhile, the strong and confident Adias is fully aware of Kachur's proximity. He too is preparing for battle, stretching his muscles and readying himself for the clash. The reigning queen, Kachur, will not yield her kingdom without a fight. Adias strides boldly into the clearing, challenging Kachur head-on, signaling his readiness to face the reigning ruler. Today, Queen Kachur faces her ultimate challenge, The balance of power in her kingdom hangs precariously, teetering on the edge. Determined to defend her throne, Kachur prepares to make a desperate, all-or-nothing stand. But in the decisive moment, she falters. The overwhelming strength and stamina of Adias proved too much for her to overcome. In a last-ditch attempt to change the tide, Kachur adopts a submissive posture, attempting to attract Adias for mating. However, Adias is entirely unmoved by her gesture. At last, Adias claims his victory, walking confidently as the new ruler. Defeated and abandoned, Kachur is left alone in the barren outskirts of her once proud domain. Her dreams of glory crumble into silence. In a bitter twist of irony, Kachur now finds herself following the same path as her mother and sisters, silently departing her homeland to face an uncertain future. Alone and humbled, she roams the wilderness. Ironically, her once weak siblings seem to be faring better than her, despite their earlier exile. Thank you for watching the video. We'll stop here for today. If you found this video interesting and useful, please give it a like and leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive the latest videos as soon as they are uploaded. For now, goodbye and see you next time.